Pizarro conquers Inca.
The Inca civilization was located in South America and had a total of more than 10 million people in the 1500s. The capital was located in Cusco, Peru, and their empire extended from what now is Ecuador in the north, Chile in the south, and Bolivia in the east. In 1527, both Sapa Inca and his heir died from smallpox. Out of the two sons, Atahualpa was not a legitimate child, so Huascar was given most of the Inca Empire while Atahualpa was given command of the Army of North. As time passed, Huascar started to see Atahualpa's command as a threat to his position, so he decided to attack, making this the beginning of the Inca War. In 1532, the war ended with Atahualpa defeating Huascar. On September 13, 1524, Pizarro left Panama for his first expedition. Unfortunately, it was very unsuccessful and they had to return. In August of 1526, Pizarro started his second expedition. Upon arrival near the San Juan River, they decided to separate. During this time, Pizarro's main pilot, Bartolome Luis, continued to sail south and eventually found and captured a raft of natives from Tumbes. The natives carried textiles, gold, silver, and emeralds, making Luis's findings the highlight of the second expedition.
In 1531, Pizarro and his men sailed to Peru, where they came to the city of Tumbes. They came there expecting gold and riches. However, once they arrived, they found that the city had been destroyed. Pizarro and his men made a journey up the Andes Mountains, where they found themselves in the town of Cajamarca, which was part of the Inca tribe. Atahualpa and Pizarro met, and Pizarro invited Atahualpa to have a feast to celebrate Atahualpa's success in winning the war over his brother. On November 16th, Atahualpa and 7,000 of his unarmed men met with the priest that Pizarro had sent to accept the sovereignty of Christianity. Atahualpa did not know how to read, so when the priest gave Atahualpa a Bible, he threw it on the ground. Pizarro was angered and told his men to attack. Before the ambush that was led by Pizarro, Atahualpa had won a war against his brother, which was considered to be one of the greatest wars in history, which caused him to be overly confident and arrogant, so he let his men go to the feast unarmed. Pizarro captured Atahualpa, and as a token for his freedom, Atahualpa offered Pizarro a room full of gold and silver. Pizarro accepted, and once he was given the gold, he requested more, and if he did not receive the gold, Atahualpa was to be killed. On August 29, 1533, Atahualpa had the choice of being tied to a burning stake or to be strangled by a garrote. Atahualpa eventually chose to be strangled in hopes of being able to have his body mummified. Atahualpa was killed by Pizarro, and all of his men who fought Pizarro's men died too. The downfall of the Inca civilization happened because of disease, particularly smallpox, and because of the civil war between Huascar and Atahualpa. There were less families, which allowed a power gap where factions formed. This created an unstable society where it was easier for the Spanish to infiltrate. After the war, the economy was unstable because the empire had just lost two kings and there was no one at the time to take the throne.
After the loss of Atahualpa, the Spaniards had a great influence on the Inca civilization, enforcing taxes and literacy. The Spaniards forced each family to have one family member work in mines. Since people died around every 1 to 2 years and they had to keep replacing, the Inca civilization depleted. Thus, there was no longer an empire. What if, in an alternate timeline of these events, Pizarro found the gold and silver in an area near Colombia? In this new reality, Bartolome and the rest of the crew never came across the natives with the gold. Instead, they returned unsuccessful to Pizarro, who discovered gold. The location that they traveled to on their expeditions would be more north, just south of Colombia. Because of these new events, Pizarro never interrupted the Inca civilization, allowing their empire to flourish. Because Pizarro never forcefully invaded, it is possible that the Incas would have encountered the Europeans in a more peaceful way, emphasizing on trading, including continuing their work such as ceramics, textiles, and building roads. Because Atahualpa was never held for ransom and never killed, the Inca society would not have halted in growth, meaning that the royal line would have continued. The factions within the Inca Empire will probably escalate due to the limited resources of the socialist government. In conclusion, Atahualpa would now be alive instead of dead. The Spanish settlement would be more north near Colombia, and no war between the Spaniards that resulted in the collapse of the Inca Empire. The motivation for the Spaniards to travel to South America stays the same, except that their quest ended more north and without the need to travel more south.